Well, welcome back everyone to Kitchen Table TCG. Today we're going to be talking about Arcane Rising. It's a little market update for you to see the estimated value of a booster box of both Unlimited and First Edition. Before we get started, I would love to shout out my Patreon. If you want to support the channel and content like this, and you're looking for some way to track your collection or get updated values, all the video stuff that I do feeds into this collection tracker that's part of my Patreon. The prices update automatically. You're able to see the value of your collection based upon my videos. Head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG to sign up for that. Just $5 a month. Gets you access to a bunch of other stuff. All the documents are there. And then I'd love to shout out Mitch over at Midtown Merchant. I really think it's the best place for you to buy singles. And Mitch also has a promo code for both the channel as well as the patrons. Patrons get 10% off every month on one order, and then you can get $5 off your order of $50 or more by using the code BeKind whenever you shop there. So let's hop into Arcane Rising Unlimited to see where we're at and see if it's worth it still to open a box. Spoiler alert, boxes are cheap right now, so it is. We still are seeing $77 boxes. We saw a dip a little bit into like the 72, 73, but right now boxes are sitting at like 77. They're starting to move again at the higher price point as distribution is limiting the amount that stores are able to get right now. So you're going to start seeing box prices, I think, start to rise a little bit. And then also I think a lot of stores have started cracking them for singles rather than just selling boxes because it's just easier right now. Again, if you're going to buy stuff off of TCG Player, I do have an affiliate link in the description of my videos, which does help the channel. So $77, we had, we went down, this is kind of where I think it'll fall for a while, but as we look towards the Fable, the Eye of Ophidia is losing value still. We're at about 350 now. It does depend on where you shop for this card. I'll pull up, let's pull up eBay. They're selling for around 400 on eBay, 375, 400, one sold for 350, but 375, 380, kind of north over towards the higher 300s to the $400 range. Meanwhile, on TCG Player, they're sitting around 340 and they're selling for around 350, 345 as we pop up the sold data here. 350, even downwards of 310 earlier in the week, but currently as I'm posting this video right now, they're sitting around 345, 350. Interesting to see that. You can see that it's still down 8% at the 350 mark from where we were last week at 380. Looking then at the legendaries, 4% retracement. A lot of that is mostly due to Arcanite Skullcap down to 280. 300 was an expensive Arcanite Skullcap, but we were seeing that last week. But this week we've cooled down a little bit. We still have plenty of sold listings in north of $300 range. This card got up to 320 at one point on TCG Player. eBay was a little bit lighter this week on the card. I don't actually think I pulled up. eBay was a little bit lighter on this card this week. We got one for 275, 272, 275, 264. But you can see like right now, if you needed one, it would probably cost you about 280. I've seen people on Facebook kind of quoting a $300 price point. Certainly one of the cards that right now is super hot as people are building for Classic Constructed. Grassly Arcanite also went up as Chain is starting to take over and dominate a lot of the Classic Constructed ranges. I also know Bolton is popular right now too, but Chain is really kind of the hero to beat right now. All right, moving on to Majestics, the rainbow foils. We're starting to see the rainbow foil price depreciate a little bit. Again, we've been talking about this week to week. Rainbow foils are going down, non-foils are going up. The prices are starting to meet. We've talked about this for a couple weeks now in a row. High Octane at 13, Technocore at 9, Red the Ledger at 13, 3 of a Kind at 950. A lot of these class-specific ones really starting to lose some value. Arcanite Ascendancy at 14, Mordred Tide holding in at 12 as Chain has been, again, picking up. Blazing Aether at 8, Sonic Boom at 8, Command and Conquer at 115, the only one really moving up, and Art of War going down to 64. Your average rainbow foil Majestic is sitting at $26. Now, as we go towards the non-foils, you'll start seeing Command and Conquer very, very hot right now. Command and Conquer, the card is just on fire. eBay, you can get it in at like the 95. You're still paying about $100 after fees. This one got an offer accepted for, some different things. But, on eBay, we're still sitting, for 100. TCG player, I think the lowest one this week was like 103. TCG player is definitely more expensive than eBay. I don't know if the fee structure is different for sellers or what's going on, but definitely different. Art of War also moving up a little bit. The rest of the cards stagnant or moving down. Your average is sitting at $20.29 for growth of 5% this week. A lot in turn of Command and Conquer there, really pushing that up. Definitely moving at 100. I myself sold a couple at 100 this week. So it's interesting. I just decided to open boxes rather than nobody was buying my boxes. So I decided to open boxes. I really think that's the way to go right now if you've got them. All right, moving on to the Rainbow Foil Super Rares. Stick around for first edition. There's something really important to talk about in first edition for the Rainbow Foil Super Rares. We are down 23%. Again, I think a lot of people are opening boxes that they're getting, going for those Command and Conquers, going for the Arcanite Skull Caps, and that is driving the rest of the price of the singles down as they're opening the box for a specific card. So a lot of downward pressure, 23%, average of $2.78. As I say all the time, the super rares are much more volatile because a change of 50 cents is a significant percentage. So don't read into this percentage as much. Really looking, your average here is still at $2.78. Looking at the non-foil super rares, we're going to be down there as well, down 20%. Again, we're only down 40 cents though. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Percentages change based on the the amount that you're doing. Most of these cards are only down 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents. But that's a huge change when your card's only worth $1.50. So your average is sitting at $1.64. All right, keep in mind on the rares and the commons, I just use TCG low. So TCG low, we're at about 86 cents for foil rares. And then non-foil rares, if you really care, we're at about 16 cents. Common rainbow foils, on average, we are going to be down 7% at 52 cents each. All right, so let's take a look at the EV of a box. In each box, you can expect to get yourself 42 rares, 4 foil rares, 4 super rares, 1 foil super rare, 2 Majestics, one every 4 boxes should have a foil Majestic, and then 1 every 4 boxes should have a legendary. That puts your Fable at 1 in 40. So your legendary, if you miss a legendary, you're missing out on $34 of a box right now. So that puts your 40 box average. If you were to open 40 boxes, you can expect to get about $109.80 per box. And then if you just open 1 box, you don't want to count for your legendary, you don't want to count for your Fable, you'd be only sitting at $66.80. Let's see where this chart takes in place. 109.80. We dropped a little bit. 109. I changed the price before I updated it. We're down 5% here from 115 last week. You can see just a little dip there in the graph. 5% significant. Again, I think a lot of people are opening boxes right now, chasing those Command and Conquers, chasing those Arcanite Skull Caps that they either don't want to buy or they want to sell. So right now, top 10 foil gainers, Chains of Eminence, a hot card right now, going up 11%. Grasp the Arcanite going up 6%. Command and Conquer Rainbow Foil going up 4.5%. The non-foil gainers, again, Command and Conquer on the list up 25%, Art of War up 5%, and Rapid Fire up 3%. The non-foil cards, we'll do the top 10 foil losers. Lesson in Lava Rainbow Foil, Tome of the Arcanite down 45%, Forked Lightning down 42%. Lots of super rares on the list. Again, they're soft. Rusted Relic Super Rare down 50% for the non-foil, Teklo Core down 41%, and Lesson in Lava Super Rare down 40%. So that's your unlimited market update. Again, I think a lot of people are opening boxes, and that's what's driving down the prices. If you can't get $75 for your box, you might as well open it and try to get 110, or try to hit one of those huge hits. And the drive is there to open boxes right now. So let's take a look at first edition. There's some interesting stuff we'll get into. We'll kind of move through the first half of it pretty quick because there's not much on the market, but in the super rare section, there's something really important to talk about. So right now, boxes still sitting around 2,800, 2,850. Honestly, not really that many of them sold this week. On eBay, we're still looking at last week's sold listing as the most recent one on eBay. I have seen the marketplace on Facebook kind of moving a little bit more soft than this, maybe even down to like the $2,700 range, but it's just not easy enough to figure out what actually sold right now on Facebook for sealed boxes. I would say 2,800 is still like the starting point for negotiations. There is currently one on eBay with 4 days left in the auction for 2,500. So we'll see where that lands at the end of that auction. I think that'll tell us the price for next week. Currently low listed on buy it now on eBay is 3,000. So just keep that all in mind. We're kind of going back to around 2,400 was about the time when this started to spike. You could even call it $2,000. So we'll see if we approach that income right there, and we spiked all the way up to 4,000. So, interesting to see where we're going and where we've been. Let's move on to the Fable. Really no change here. Go and try to find me a Fable for 10 grand. You won't find an I Have a Video right now for 10 grand. I don't think you could find one to buy, but you also won't find anybody who's buying one for more than that. So it's kind of like this weird spot. We had one on the market that sold for 7,500 way back on the 23rd. But it looked like it had some issues. It wasn't necessarily perfectly mint, so that's why this price is at 10,000. Find me one, send me one if you think you can find one cheaper. I don't know. Legendaries, the market is so dry, it's unbelievable. On Facebook, there's nobody selling them. On Discord, there's really no available. If they are, they're at like $3,000 each. Skull caps are at like 3,500. The market is just not accepting the prices that the sellers are willing to sell at, and the sellers are not willing to come down on the prices that the buyers want to buy at. It's kind of a crazy market right now. There's just completely dry. It's crazy. So really no change from last week. No sold listings, nothing that's being offered at less than the prices that they have sold, last sold. Cold foil commons doing the opposite. Buyers are starting to buy up some of the ones. We had a huge null rune sale that happened. There was one that was bought for $449, but then there's also a bunch of them that were bought for $250 each on Facebook. And then Mage Master boots sold for $320. Vest of the First Fist actually lost some value, going down to $240. Crown of Dichotomy lost some value, going down to $300. Bullseye bracers went up to $275, and Achilles Accelerator up to $175. Everything's up 9%. I will say, TCG player, eBay, good luck finding. You got to kind of snap them up quick. A lot of these are best offers that were accepted. But the point being that the low listing on some of these on eBay is in the 500s again. We're starting to see the market dry up on what's available. We've had a lot of downwards pressure, and I think we might see another week of downwards pressure as this kind of retraces, but it seems like the market's starting to dry up a little bit. Let's back this up and show you guys the graph and kind of what I'm telling you about in terms of the market slowing down. I mean, we had this huge uptick, and then you can start seeing we had significant downticks, and then now the downticks are starting to get less. Oh, you can't really see the thing over there. That's right. The downticks are starting to get less in this graph. So the huge uptick here, and we would be about here on the price point, which is around $369 on average. A little bit less than that, I guess, is where we're at. $279 is our average right now. So we're kind of somewhere in the middle of where we started and where we went, which tells me that the market's going to start slowing down. So looking at the Majestic rainbow foils, again, these cards are twice as rare as the legendaries, so they just don't move that much. Not very many available for sale. Somebody did say last week that they sold or they bought a Command and Conquer rainbow foil that had some edging for I think it was $1,000. So if it was nicer condition, maybe you'd see it like $1,250. I don't know. These cards don't sell. I mean, if you're buying one of these, the value. They just don't sell. There's just nobody knows the value of them because they don't sell. So looking at the regular Majestics, we did have some downwards pressure on some of them. This one's baffling to me. Command and Conquer on auction ended on eBay for $165, and so it's like, oh my gosh, when a Command and Conquer Unlimited is $100, what are we doing selling for first edition for $165? Makes no sense to me. Art of War, same, $105 sold listing. Doesn't make much sense when a Command for an Art of War is $65 for, or whatever it is, $55 for a non-foil unlimited. Anyway, average is at $54.70, which is down 9%. All right, super rare time. Time to talk about the rainbow foil super rares. If you own rainbow foil super rares, don't be mad at me. Be mad at the seller on eBay. Somebody is selling a lot of rainbow foil super rares right now on eBay. They are pricing what they are doing. I kind of figured out by looking at their account. They are pricing regular non-foil super rares at around twice the value that I would have them on my spreadsheet. They're averaging around $20 for a non-foil super rare. And then they're basically just doubling the price for rainbow foil super rares. But doubling the price of a $20 card, which again is too high, but doubling the price of a $20 card puts your regular super rares at like $44 to $48, which is what they're doing. If you search these on sold listings on 130 point, you'll see most of these pop up. And then if you go to the seller, you'll see that it's the same seller. So here's one sold listing, Forked Lightning, $55. The last sold listing we had of that was $80. You can see some of these are going to be more rapid, like Rapid Fire at 41. The last sold listing we had was 110, which was like last week on TCG Player. Maximum Velocity, we had one, 48 this week. This is the same seller. Spark of Genius, 28. These are all significant losses. We're going to be down 48% this week on the super rares. Look at that. Boom. As a result, really, of one seller onto eBay. But it's not just like, you can't just say it's like, what are you doing? Because they're still available on eBay. So that's what drives me nuts. So if you click this, you get this seller on eBay. You click the seller on eBay and look at what they're selling. Here, oops, I already accidentally clicked it. Here, you can see Maximum Velocity foil, $48. Less than Lava for $55. They're still for sale. Tome of the Arknight foil for $48. The only thing, Arknight Ascendancy non-foil for $82. Like, that price doesn't really make sense. The pricing for the pricing for the non-foils makes no sense. The pricing for the super rares makes no sense. Both in the opposite directions. Non-foils are too expensive. Super foils are too cheap. Rapid Fire foil. Actually, I'll probably buy that one, honestly. That's gonna see play here with the next set. So honestly, it's crazy. I know. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, that's what's driving the price down on all these, is the same seller coming to market and really, in my mind, undervaluing things. So we're at 48% loss. The regular super rares, not as much of a change. It is what it is for an average of $11. The rare rainbow foils, keep in mind I use TCG low on these. We're at 3% up actually for an average of $20. The rare non-foils, again, is just TCG low. We've actually lost 14% at an average of $1.25. The common rainbow foils, again, just TCG low here. I take out most of the outliers of things. We're down 1% for an average of $7. And as we get to the EV calculation, everything the same except for that you get a cold foil. And so here we go. We have a 40 box average of $1,779. If you take out the common non-foils, leave the rainbow foils, you'd see an average on 40 boxes at $1,626.57. If you take this one box average, you're not going to get the Fable, you're not going to get the Legendary, you'll be sitting at $870.32. This is the number we track, 1626. Let's see where we land at 1626 compared to last week. We're down 3%. You can see those super rares don't really make that much difference in the EV of your box. Most of your box here, honestly, half of it is in the Fable, the chance at hitting a Fable and the Legendary, and then the other half is wrapped up in your chance at hitting a foil Majestic, and then your two Majestics. Your foil super rare is not much here. Your foil super rare is only $50 out of that. So a lot of your EV is wrapped up in the higher value stuff here. All right, let's take a look at the top 10 cards to gain or lose value. A lot of the cold foil commons back on the up list. They've been on the down list for a while now. So back to the retracing upwards this time. Null Rune Robe at 100%. We had Mage Master Boots at 61%. Bullseye Bracers at 52%. Null Rune Gloves at 48%. Let's see, the non-foil gainers, Art of War at 61% up. Tome of the Arknight at 37. All right, then when we move on to the losers on the foil side, Become the Arknight lost 67%. All these are super rares. Knock the Death Whistle at 65% and Endless Arrow at 65%. And then non-foil losers, Pursuit of Knowledge. Something happened here in my valuation of that. I'm not sure what happened on that switch rate. Mordred Tide down 38%. Become the Arknight down 27%, and Command and Conquer down 26%. All right, everyone. Well, that is that's the market update. We've got this collection tracker. If you want access to all that data and to see the actual, you can see, whenever I make a change on it, it pops up here in your tracker. You can put the number of cards you have. It calculates it, brings it all to the front on the summary. It would bring it all to the front for your total value of your collection. You can see graphs and stuff. I don't know, maybe someday I'll do another video on it. But hope you guys have a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you, and we'll see you tomorrow for WTR before the weekend. Hope you have yourself a good one. Again, remember to be kind to the people around you. The people around you are the people that matter the most, and sometimes they get the worst of us because we're busy at work and other things. So make sure you spend some time today really loving the people that are around you and giving them some extra time. Hope you have a good day. Where's my button? All right, ending. Bye.